Good morning. Oh, yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Nasdaq at 20,786. Got VWAP at 20,832. Market opening. I always say the same. I always say marketing. Market opening in 14 minutes. We got no news this morning. No news, so nothing to worry about with that. We got to wait until 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. if you're on the East Coast, to place a trade. We're going to try to, for the next 20 trades, stick to our rules and our edge. We're not going to care if we lose or if we win, because we know that anything can happen, and we're not trying to predict that we're going to win. We know that even with a really good strategy, if you follow the strategy, there is a random set of distribution of, or a random distribution of wins and losses. So if we have a red day, we don't care. If we have a green day, we don't care. It's just part of the overall system. The casino doesn't care when it wins blackjack. It doesn't care when it loses blackjack, because it knows that over the course of the year, it mostly wins. So hopefully this is going to help us be a little less anxious, less nervous when we're in a trade or when we're about to put on a trade, so we don't hesitate. We're going to be focused. I'm not going to be reading the chat today. I don't have the chat pulled up right here. I got the news on my other screen. I got the 2-minute chart on this screen. We're going to toggle back and forth between the 1 minute and the 2 minute. I'm going to try to stay focused here. Going to be trading 6 micro contracts until we get a good steady equity curve going here, and then we'll scale up to 12, and then finally 18 probably being the most, until, you know, probably the most that we would trade on a single $50,000 account. So right now the market is, we pull up the 15-minute chart here, trading below Friday's 15-minute range. Kind of had this support area here around the 20,890 area that finally broke last night during London session at 2 o'clock in the morning, putting in a new pre-market low at the 694s. So we'll see what happens here at open. Anything can happen. That's our number one truth. Anything can happen. There's no guarantees, and every moment in the market is unique. So there's no sense in trying to predict what it's going to do. Just follow your edge. And over the course of the long run, over the course of the entire week, if you follow it, you should be profitable. You don't have to do it all in one day. You get a whole week. We're going to focus on green weeks. Not necessarily green days, but a green week. We put too much emphasis on how we perform or what the results end up being day by day, then it's going to be too stressful. Really, I think you should focus on a little bit of a longer term picture for your profits and you're hitting your goals and your results, because even with a good edge and following it, you're going to have red days. So we're going to do our best, though, to do what's in our control, which is to follow our rules, wait for our good setups, execute on it, and then see what happens. And then go about our day. We'll be streaming until maybe 10 a.m. Texas time at the latest. You know, we only sit here for a couple hours and then go about our day. That's it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to start implementing what I read in this book. Just getting really focused. I really got to focus on myself and trading well. That's the most important thing right now. So that's what we're going to do today. You really got to be locked in for an hour, just laser focused, because as that setup's building, you got to be ready to jump on it. Friday we weren't. We missed kind of two moves. We had a short opportunity in the morning, right when that 9 a.m. news came out. A little risky just because of the news, but you would have put an order entry down here at like the 30s. Could have jumped in for a nice short. Market pushed all the way down to 874. So got a nice little 60 points of move there. And then the market started closing back above the 21 EMA, above this pivot point. Started pushing, creating a bull flag. Got this pullback to the 21 EMA kind of. And then break out and push up to VWAP. So kind of two kill shots right here. One and then two would have been nice. We missed both of them and didn't take a trade at all there because I wasn't paying attention. So today we're going to pay attention. We got these purple lines. If you're wondering what they are, pivot points. If you're just tuning in. So we got a pivot point right here at 20,802 area. Then one to the upside at 21,087 and one to the downside 20,589. So just gonna sit back and be patient. Wait for the market to open here. Pulling up the hourly charts, looking bearish still. Just put in a lower low pre-market. See how low she wants to go before we start seeing bullish momentum again. We got Donald Trump going into office in a week here, so probably see some volatility in the markets over the next couple days and weeks. Should be some good opportunities to make some money. So we'll see. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Once I start getting some payouts and lots of money coming in, maybe then I can start paying attention to the chat again, possibly. But no offense to y'all, I gotta be focused on what I'm doing instead of answering your questions or replying or looking at every single different comment that comes in, because that's the reason why I missed my shot on Friday. No more. I'm not doing it anymore. Today's January 13th, Monday. Got my daily devotion book here. Market opening in 6 minutes. We're gonna read something from this devotion book. We're gonna turn this into the Austin Lee Trading / Bible channel. Chapter 6 of Genesis records the fact that because people everywhere were hopelessly wicked, God decided to destroy all flesh through a flood of waters upon the earth. Only one man, Noah, found favor with God, and so God decided to spare Noah, his wife, their 3 sons, and their sons' wives. To protect Noah's family and every species of land animal from the flood that was to come, God instructed Noah to build a massive ark, 450 feet by 75 feet by 45 feet. With 3 decks, a roof, and 1 door. It took Noah and his family at least several decades to build the ark. When the task was finally complete with Noah and his family and all the animals on board, God shut the ark's door and unleashed the flood. The fountains of the great deep burst forth, and rain fell for 40 days and 40 nights. After the rain stopped, it took another 110 days before the water subsided enough for the ark to come to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Took over 7 additional months before the inhabitants of the ark were able to leave the ark and find homes on dry land. It had been over a year since the flood began. God knew that Noah and his family were not just overwhelmed, but also terrified. So God made them a promise there would never be another flood. The sign of the promise was a rainbow. The next time you see a rainbow, think about the promise that God made to Noah and his family and the promises that God has made to you. God keeps his promises. That's January 13th. Boom. 3 more minutes till the market opens. Oh no, this looks like a bear flag on the 15-minute. Kinda. Sorta, kinda. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know. 2.5 minutes till the market opens. All right, we're going to read the 5 truths of trading since we're not taking any trades for 30 minutes anyway. Number 1, anything can happen. Sounds pretty simple, right? Anything can happen. You don't need to know what is going to happen next in order to make money. I think that's the one that probably stumps most people. They're like, I thought you kind of do have to know what's going to happen next when you take the trade, right? Don't you have to kind of think that this is what's going to happen and know it? Otherwise, you might as well just be randomly buying and selling, right? It's not what that means. So, and I'll get into it a little bit more. Number 3, there's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables that define an edge. And an edge is nothing more than an indication of a higher probability of one thing happening over another. Number 5, and finally, every moment in the market is unique. Well, if every moment is unique and anything can happen, and an edge is just a probability that one thing is more likely to happen than over the other, then if you execute on your edge, you don't need to know that you're going to be right every time. You just need to know that over the long term, you will make more than you lose. You're going to have losses, you're going to have wins, and it's going to be a random distribution of wins and losses with more wins than losses. That's why you don't need to know what's going to happen next. You just need to know that over the long term, the odds are in your favor as long as you follow your rules. Market's open. There we go. Let's see if we get this bear flag play out at the open or not. Who knows? So we're going to wait to see where this candle closes. We're going to mark the top and the bottom of it. And then we're going to set our range. After that, we're going to wait to see a bull or bear flag outside of the range, pull back to the 21 EMA on the 2-minute, and look for our entries. We're going to scale out of the trade, taking 2 micros off at a time before moving our stop loss to break even after we take our second take profit. We're going to define our risk. We're going to have a certain fixed amount of risk on the trade range. We're going to define it and stick to it. We're either going to win or we're going to lose. And we don't need to know that we're going to win or lose. We just need to do this over the next couple weeks and months and practice and train and stick with it and be consistent. That's all to do. If we do that, we will be getting payouts 100%. 100%. It's a mathematical certainty. It's only if we do those things that I just mentioned. So it doesn't take any skill to make a lot of money on one trade. You can randomly click buy or sell right now and hold it and either lose or make a lot of money. But can you consistently build that equity curve over time, pulling profit, paying your bills? That's what takes discipline and just following your edge each and every day to the best of your ability. We'll read, lastly, 7 principles of consistency again. And I'm reading this out loud because it's good for me to read it out loud. I'm not necessarily trying to teach y'all anything. I'm reading this for me. I objectively identify my edges, which is what we're doing right now. I predefine the risk of every trade. We're going to do that right as I take the trade. I completely accept risk, or I'm willing to let go of the trade, which means we're either going to close it out in the red or let it hit our stop loss and not move our stop loss. We're just going to, it's going to be what it is. That's the cost of finding out if we're right or wrong. But even if we're wrong, we're not going to care because we know that overall our edge wins. I act on my edges without reservation or hesitation. I'm going to be focused today, so I'm not going to miss the setup. So there's going to be no hesitation. We're going to be ready. I pay myself as the market makes money available to me. That's something that I wasn't doing well over the past couple of weeks. I've done it well before consistently, but over the past couple of weeks, I haven't been. And now we have a method for doing that where we're going to take partial profits out as the trade is moving in our direction by trading with micros instead of minis and taking partial profits. So that's the solution to number 5. Number 6, I continually monitor my susceptibility of making errors. And number 7, I understand the absolute necessity of these principles of consistent success. Therefore, I never violate them. Okay. And that's it. That's the 7 principles of consistency. So right now we got the market kind of chopping here, looking bearish still at open. 21 EMA kind of sloping down, but that can change at any moment. We got another 10 minutes left in this 15-minute opening range. So far, not a lot of, only about 40 points of movement so far. Nothing too crazy here at open. Just gonna sit back and wait. I didn't drink any coffee or tea. I'm just trying to remain relaxed. I'll reward myself with some caffeine afterwards. And then I got to go to the dollar store and get some stuff. Not working at the restaurant today or tomorrow. We're closed Monday and Tuesday. So I'll have to find something productive to do. We're not going to trade all day. That's what got me in trouble last week. So watch a movie, read a book, exercise, do something good. But I'm excited to trade again. The weekends are a good break to relax and take off from trading. I think we all need that. But sometimes you do kind of, it makes you excited for Monday. See, most people, they work jobs that they're like dreading Monday. They're like, oh, it's Monday. I don't like Monday. I got to go back to work. Whereas I think us as traders, we look forward to Monday because the market's open again. It's an opportunity to earn money, and really flips the script on life there, because most people that work a 9 to 5, they do not like Monday. They look forward to Friday. They go out, party, and then Saturday wake up and do whatever they do on the weekend, and then Monday they got to go back to work. But me, like, I can't wait for the weekend to be over and the market. I look forward to it. But I like every day of the week. Yeah, it's still good to have a day off or two from trading. You can kind of and take time to reflect and read a book or do some stuff that's important for like training, for getting better. Bear flag kind of playing out here on the 15-minute. Like we said, it might. Kind of like right here, once we broke through that like 755 area, it just went downtown 30 points, 40 points. Nice little entry at the 755s. Would have been nice for a short there. What are you going to do? I really would like to maybe start incorporating some entry methods for stuff like that, because then we could have taken a trade already. But that's all right. It's okay. There it is, kind of on the 2-minute, what that looks like. Wasn't that clean of a break, because basically this candle just could have jumped in here, got short. A second entry method would be nice though. It's on my list of things to do, but let's get consistent with one first before we add a second one. It's almost like having multiple accounts. You don't want to buy a second prop firm account and copy trade until you get good with one. It's like in the Middle East, in the Quran, it says you can have 4 wives. Bro, if you can't handle one wife, you probably shouldn't have 2. So you need to get good with one wife first before you think about having a second and a third wife. Most people can't handle more than one wife. It's very difficult. It has nothing to do with money. It's more than just the money. There's a lot of rich people that could not handle having 2 wives. So let's get good with one account first. Five more minutes. Bear flag. Kind of retracing a little bit right now on the 15-minute. Break of structure would be down there at the 694s. That's the pre-market low. Right now, 720s. Pulling back up a little bit right now. 3.5 minutes. There we go, down to the 700s. 2.5 minutes. Nice little push there, though. If you would have got short there, grab some profits in here. Would have been nice. I don't know why it's not telling us our high and low for today. Key levels has been kind of being weird. This indicator I use usually tells me right here with the orange line the high and the low for today. I don't know if I changed something with the settings or what. Oh no, I don't really want to mess with it today. High and low right here. I don't know. We can just mark it up though manually. It's not a big deal. So far we got the top of the range right here, like the 786 area. And the bottom, it's like 702 area. Pulling back up right now with a minute left. Let's see if the bulls can bring it higher or not here. That candle wicking out now. What the heck? I'm going to draw it on my 2-minute chart. It's weird. I'm supposed to draw it on here. Come on, Trading View. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? There's the 15-minute range. I don't know. Trading View's being weird. What the fuck? 786. I don't know why it's being like that. The bottom is down here. It's like 702 area. I don't know what I was doing. Why it didn't draw it. It's alright. Shit happens. Trading view be like that sometimes. I'm going to get rid of this kind of bear flag line that we have drawn there. Should delete it over here too. See, it's being weird. It's making me. There we go. Being a weirdo. Oh, now our other line's there. Okay. Now you want to be a weirdo. And our other line just showed up, and of course it's grabbing the other one. All right, something like that. We got a pivot point above the range at 803, so we're going to keep that in mind. VWAP at 810. So now we're just kind of waiting to see what goes on with the bulls and bears here inside that range. Pivot point to the downside at 589. So that would be our, we jumped into shorts somewhere in here. That would be our kind of a possible target area. But we're going to take partial profits along the way, because remember, one of the rules is to pay yourself as the market makes money available to you. So take a little bit of risk off, secure a little bit of profits as you're in that winning trade. Nothing wrong with that. We got 12 minutes left in this hourly candle. And then we're going to be locked and loaded. Locked and loaded, focused. How big is this range? 702 to 785 area. 83 points. Not bad, not bad. Got a chopping along right here on the 21 EMA on the 2 minute. What the fuck is that thing down there? I don't know what these are. It looks different. There we go. There's the forward curve. Market at 20,758, 60, test in the 60s. Keep yawning. All right, pushing to the top of the range here. There we go, above the range a little bit there. See if we get any continuation or not. You got a pivot point and then VWAP right there. There we go. There's the pivot point. VWAP next. There we go. So there's a 15-minute range breakout. And then pushing up there to VWAP at the testing the 810s now. Bulls stepping in, bringing the price up. There's our 15-minute range breakout. Still got 6 minutes on this hourly candle here. So there's the push up and out. Kind of like a bull flag right here. And then that breakout above. So just kind of not exactly what I'm looking for, but that was kind of like a bull flag. We were pushing down and had that pivot point and the VWAP right there. And sometimes we can get faked out getting above the range just for them to drop it right back in. So just being patient still. See what happens in the next 10 minutes or so here. Good old Nasdaq. Nasdaq futures. It is Monday morning. Still at no trades for the day. See if they can keep the price going in the upward direction above this pivot point. Need to get a pullback to the 21 EMA eventually. So we get a nice entry. See if the bulls can stay in control here. Ugh. Back down to VWAP. Got this hourly candle closing in 1 minute. See if the bulls can stay in control here. And another pivot point way up there at 21,087. So another 100 points to the upside. But we might run into some resistance over here, 20,910. Sorry, that's like 280 points to the upside. I can't do simple math, but kind of have to break through this 840s area too. And then next stop's 910s. Let's see. They're gonna pop it up here or not. Kind of a steep bull flag. Get above this 808 area, above VWAP again. Try a long at 808 at the at VWAP. $809 area. Our stop would be down here at like 20 points, like 89. Take 2 contracts off here. See what happens. kind of the idea, though, when we do finally place a trade, is like take some partials, be rigid with our stop, and then trail our last two once we hit that like second take profit area, like set it to break even. But if we can get back above VWAP here, there we go. We're in there. We're in a long right now. Let's see if we get this pop up. I'm going to move some of these up a little bit because we get above that wick, we'll probably pop up actually now. So I'm going to move this up here a little bit. There we go. Just take me out right here. There we go. All right, taking some partials right there. Set our stop to break even now. Take so we got in at the 22s. Come on, here we go. And take another 2 off right there. And then we will trail these last 2. Probably might run into some resistance here at like the 41 area. Let's see if we can break through here or not. Up $220 on this trade so far. There we go. And a nice push. Having our stop at the bottom of this new candle that just formed. There we go. That's how it's done. We are done for the day. One green trade, 260 bucks, 6 micros. I mean, that's all it is right there. That's all we got to do consistently. And then when we scale up to 12 contracts and 18 contracts, you know, those become $600, $700, $800 wins. So we got our account at 50,153 bucks. We are $260 on the green for the day. We are finished. One trade and done. Took a super small trade last night with one micro, like Tokyo session, just testing something out. So that's why it doesn't show 100% win rate. But for today, that was it. We did it live on YouTube right there. Probably could have taken that first TP and second TP out a little bit higher, but, you know, I didn't want to be greedy. I wanted to just secure the profits, take some risk off, and I'll kind of experiment with that, but that's a lot better than we were doing with the minis where I was only trading 1 or 2 mini contracts. Like, this is going to be so much easier to scale in and out. And I kind of knew that, but hey, I wanted to give minis a test for a little bit before going back to micros. You know, you don't know something doesn't work or does work until you try it. So there we go. We got a little bit of a break of structure. Now we're pulling back. I'm glad we took that last one out while we did. So there we go. $260 green day. Nothing crazy. I know it's not some of these other YouTubers making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, but you got to get consistent with making a couple $100 a day before you just scale up. The big numbers will come eventually. I'm not worried about that. I'm concerned about, not even concerned, focused on sticking to our rules, because then we can just scale it up. It's the same thing. You just scale it up. You're still doing the same kind of entry methods and same strategy. So, but even when we do what we did today, we still could have had a red day, because again, anything can happen and there's a random distribution between wins and losses. So I'm not super happy that I had a green day, just like I'm not going to get super sad that I had if I have a red day. This is just part of the casino method. We're going to call this the casino strategy, where we're in it for the long run, and we own the casino. We're not the gambler. We just got to keep sticking to our strategy. We got to trade like a robot, no emotions, and just stick to our rules. But understand that even when you stick to your rules, anything can happen. It's not guaranteed that you're going to win. It just means you'll win more than you lose. So there we go. We're going to stick to trading 6 micros again tomorrow, where we'll take 2 off, 2 off, 2 off, whether we're going long or short. We'll do our best to do this again tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. But understand that we could have a red day. It has to happen. It's part of the distribution of wins and losses. So as long as our red days are smaller than our green days, we risked about $200 on that trade. So we want to be targeting a little bit of a better risk to reward than what we just got there, but I'll take it. You know, I'd rather see $400 in profit on a trade like that, but we took the first partials. We grabbed a minimum of 10 points. We got 12 points there. My rules say to take 16, so I kind of was a little impatient there. I could have grabbed a little bit more points there. And then on the second one, you know, you want to be targeting like 20 to 25 points. We did get 21 points on that one. So this first one, I could have been a little bit more patient and get this next push, but just wanted to lock it in. And then this final contract, we grabbed 37 points on 2 micros. So that's a good amount of points right there. 37 points in the Nasdaq right now in 2025 is great. You know, if you can do that consistently, you're going to do pretty well. So the market just doing what it does, though. Anything can happen. All right, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Quick session today. We're going to lock it in and be done for the day, and I'll see y'all in the next one tomorrow. I guess I can maybe look at some of these chats now. One wife is enough trouble. Yeah, Robert. Exactly. Stop giving lecture, take trade with discipline, buddy. You are amazing. There we go. Hey, Sharif, good morning. I hope you enjoyed today's session. It's going to be a very choppy day. I like the relaxing piano music. I can understand. That's right. Well done. Great trading. You're doing better than I'm doing today. Shredder, congrats. All right, guys. Hope you all had a good day too, regardless of if you were green or red. Hope you learned something. Stay blessed. You know, if you're going to continue to trade, I wish you guys success for the rest of the day. And we will see y'all tomorrow. All right. Peace out. Let's keep this going. Later.